Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be reacting to Overlord episode 12. And last time SHALLTEAR is taken under control, we learn it's a world item that's from this new world they're in being used to take control of SHALLTEAR. So now AINZ has to confront her by herself because they don't know if there's other people, close by to sabotage it. Are they being baited into appearing? So AINZ wants to prove and do this himself. And Albedo and him have a nice little talk and everything. And it's just, it's really going to be up to AINZ here to do it. But he said kill. He said, I have to kill SHALLTEAR, which surprised me because, like, this is not a game anymore. So once she's dead, if you kill her, she's dead. She's like dead, isn't she? Like, but she's an undead. So she shouldn't. So how do you kill an undead? She's dead. She's an undead, so if you kill an undead, don't they just come back? But in a game, if you kill an undead, they're not back. So, oh my God, this is spiraling over and over again. You guys can let me know in the comments. But it's confusing. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AJRich123 if you want to see uncut reactions, early releases. The first episode of season 2 should be on there by this point. So, and the last episode of this season. So feel free to check those out. And let's go ahead and start. Yep, he has to go in alone now. It's good that he can send them all separately though. They're strong enough to be able to take things on themselves. Oh, so we gave them some world items. His trust in them are building for sure. It had to be one of those mages though that were that they showed when they were taking control of SHALLTEAR. It has to be. So where are they located? Did they run away? He says they're nowhere near. So maybe they could see him through like a crystal ball or something. I think the possibilities are endless where they could be, but it's his. Yep, she'll obey everything and anything. Really? So they're not dumb. They pick up this stuff, but his loyalty doesn't seem to be as much. Well, who can match Albedo? Oh, he's thinking about the long game. I'm surprised though that he would do that though. I thought they were supposed to be 100% loyal. He's afraid of losing him. I mean, he doesn't really get that to make that decision though. Ooh, that's how much she trusts him. I wanted to say from like the entire show, it would seem like it would be easy because everything else has been easy. Yeah, you would think he did. That's what I thought. He did everything right, but somehow he's. Yeah, that's my biggest question. Like, I thought if they're dead, they're dead. Of course not, because they're on the same team. I think that would hurt him, like, internally. It's better if he did it. When he says that, he's talking about his guild, even though it's him. Now you can set up, do all your buffs. Now that's more like an MMO. Buff up while there's like an ultimate creature there and you're not close enough range, they won't attack you. Every buff possible. Jesus. In a matter of quarter seconds. How many fucking spells does he have? Jesus! He did like every spell. That's why it makes it really hard to seem like he would actually lose. But they're doubting him, or at least one of them are. Probably the best strategy. Take her out as quickly as possible. Don't let her attack back. What? What is that? Oh, like his guildmates? This is gonna be some strong magic. Holy shit. Damn! He literally destroyed the entire place. Did it do anything? She's that strong? She at least knows who he is, so she's not like brainwashed. Yeah, that's the interesting part. Shouldn't that mess with her head a little bit? Put 2 to 2 together? See? Yeah. Maybe you can talk her out of it. Yeah. This is something you wouldn't even think is a possibility. You might be able to talk her out of it. Like she should. Baiting her to attack. She must be getting like some type of up or like magic boost, strength boost as well. Sometimes you gotta bluff too. Casting that many spells, even if you're super strong, like you run out of MP. The hardest fights he has is with his own people. Oh. So he has to fight by himself because of that. She sounds into this, even in under control. That's an unfortunate thing, is she has so much knowledge about him. She has a better chance of being able to fight him than other people. She's acting a lot more normal like this. Is that a weird thing? She's more normal under control of somebody else. Ooh. She has like a negate for everything. Oh, is that a new attack? Maybe he doesn't know everything. Shit. What? It actually... Oh, holy would be bad against undead anyway, I would think, but... Oh! Flood it out, put it back inside. She likes it inside. Ooh. But if she can just keep doing that over and over and over again, you're not gonna be able to hurt her. It's like ultimate spell after ultimate spell. I would think he'd have like nulls and protections for everything right now. What is his magic weakness? The whole, it is holy. Yes, I love that the basics of MMOs, they actually do it. They actually like are faithful to the basics of an undead being weak to holy. I don't know why I'm so weirdly excited and geeking out about this, but like, oh my god, that's awesome. I was half joking about the holy weakness, but you think undead, zombie, holy, like death, holy weakness. I mean, it sucks that he's weak to holy, but that's just, it's awesome that they followed that. I don't know. Yeah, he must have done some type of protections against that too, especially when you know your own weakness. Well, you're fighting your own people, of course it's gonna be a disadvantage right away. Because he's fighting somebody strong that he's a lead, you know, he's a leader of. Which I guess he didn't usually do. It's something. So it's more newer for him. Sharks versus bats? Or maybe just that magic was called that. That should be hard to destroy, right? Okay. Not. It's like actually equal. This is a pretty epic fight here. I love her costume, by the way. That is an awesome armor set. What is this? What the hell is this? Wait. Oh, she's absorbing like. Oh, she's healing herself by killing her own minions? If that's her ultimate move, if you can beat that, you should be able to beat her. Oh! He evaporated that shit! Wait, it's over? Wow, how convenient. He was hoping for that? It's still not over though? She's still under the control? So she had one of the world items. So it's like he knew how she was going to fight, so he strategized. This is what I'm getting from this. Like he strategized for her going completely all out. Because the last thing he says there is if you had fought cautiously, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did there. So he was like, he was kind of betting on how she was going to attack and strategize. And another thing, I think it was mentioned that she had, there's obviously another world item that's taking control. That's how she was being able to, be taking control. But she also must have had a world item on her that revives. And I think there was I remember something about a revive being mentioned in a previous episode. I'm just brain farting here, so that's why it wasn't as much of a surprise until I realized I was like, I just didn't remember her having the revive. Like, I remember, and was an item mentioned, a revive item mentioned before? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure. But if it was, her having that, that would make sense. If AINZ knew that she had the revive item, then that would understandably be why he'd go all out on her. But at the same time, you don't know if since she revived, does that, with the item, does that mean if she dies again, she's dead? I would think that's what it would be like, but it's not confirmed. I thought that's what AINZ was trying to do, was like confirm that. But that part's a little strange. But it looks like at first I thought he had won, and then she was knocked out of the trance there. But she's still under the control. So now he seems confident now. So what is he going to do at this point? I really did enjoy this though, because we got to see the battle itself. I think the fight itself, SHALLTEAR versus AINZ, and its whole feels strange because he's fighting his own, like the own person that's like under him, he's fighting, which is strange, right? There's no evil intent. Like, well, they're undead vampires and stuff they could be classified in the evil category, but there's no bad feelings when it comes to them. So you would think when they're fighting, it's harder to get into it as much, because you're like, these people don't really hate each other. They're just having to fight because AINZ has to fight her. So that's why I find this being a strange fight for an end of the season fight. But it definitely paid off, because we got to see SHALLTEAR fight full on, and we already knew she could fight from the previous episode of her, fighting as a vampire, going crazy. But this is a different style. She's wearing this cool ass armor. I don't know. I really I nerd out on the weirdest things, and the armor she's wearing is just awesome in my opinion. But she's enhanced, she's using skills, but AINZ was even confused a little bit by some of her attacks and some things she was doing. So she definitely got some of her stuff, some of her spells or some stuff from the person that has taken control of her. So that's why AINZ wasn't 100% sure how she was going to fight. But it was just he literally put every protection on himself. It seems like every protection, but there's probably a lot more. It just seems like a lot when you're casting that fast. But they also casted so many spells against each other, higher up spells. It seems to be an endless amount. All the other fights we've seen in the show seem meaningless compared to this, because of how AINZ was not even going hard at all on any of these people, but he's actually it seems like he was going all out against her. But then at the same time, he's not sweating it. He's not and then he was able to release that insanely strong spell. He's never been scared or anything, he's still OP. That's the thing. Even though they seemed very evenly matched, especially when he casted that last spell that, killed her, made the world item have to be used or whatever to revive her. I don't understand how he's still so damn confident. That's why I'm going into this fight, I'm he's OP as fuck. He should be able to win this easily. So it takes off a little bit of the pressure of the fight, but then go in the middle of it, just how long it went, I'm maybe he does have a chance of losing this. Now at the very end of this, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's getting the upper hand here, but during it, the first time in this show, it seemed like he actually was defeatable at some point, and he's putting himself, on the line there, but he's not wearing. That's the other thing. Why isn't he's wearing a random robe? But maybe that robe has some, maybe there's a reason why he's just doing that. You would think he would be in full armor, but maybe he can't cast all the magic spells he has. In some games, you couldn't cast a certain spell. You can't cast spells or do certain things if you were weren't wearing certain armor or whatever, or some armor you couldn't even wear as a magic caster, so you'd usually wear that type of robe or something. But it just that part I thought was very strange. The other thing I did want to note real quick was I thought all the Guardians and everybody had to be, would be 100% loyal, but we got to see one of them actually doubt it. But not for bad reasons. More so, he thought there'd be nobody to lead them anymore, since he's the last one of them, the last superior being, the last one of the guild. So he was more worried about that, and that's why it would make him want to stop him. So if you think about it, he was still technically being loyal, and he was still going by by everything that's written in the description for all of them. So after I thought about it a bit, I was like, okay, he's not really, it's not like he's rebelling or anything. He has actual good reason to doubt. But yeah, it was a great episode. We got one last episode left. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out the patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to see uncut reactions, early releases. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.